If they say this is wrong. Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to speedrun Duolingo Chinese. I watched a video from Tuset. They tested this traditional Chinese language proficiency test or something, and I remember like a year ago they also did a similar video testing their Chinese skills. After watching those two videos, I found that similar videos just kept popping in my recommendations, and I feel like YouTube is hinting something, you know. And I did a little research, well, not research, just a YouTube search, and there just isn't enough people doing like these Duolingo Chinese speedrun type of thing. Well, it's probably because not enough Chinese is on YouTube, but we're just gonna let it slide, okay? And I'm going to speedrun Duolingo Chinese. So something about me, a little background. I was born and raised in China. Actually I've been living in China for the most part of the past 28 years. That's how old I am. And I'm a freelance translator slash interpreter slash proofreader. And also I teach kids English using Chinese. I speak fluent Chinese. I always get like over 85% in any Chinese language proficiency test, whatever level it is. So let's just say if there is something wrong, something off with this course, it's not me, it's them, okay? So with all that being said, let's just get started. Actually, I've been using Duolingo recently. I tested out of French, but my French sucks. So I think that says something about their course design. My French isn't really that good, but I just tested out of French really easily. So, well, let's get on with Chinese. Okay, so there are 5.86 million learners worldwide who are learning Chinese. Let's start the speed round. Okay, let's do a placement test and see where I land. Harder or easier based on your answers. Okay, so they will change the difficulty. I expect to get the most difficult questions on this test. 8. This is 8. So these are 7 and 4 and 10 and 5 and 8.
8.
Also, this is also, it's rice. It's rice.
Yeah.
Literally means it's rice. But this is just eating. Eat anything. If you have a meal, it's 吃饭. If you're saying eat rice, it's 吃米饭. Well, let's just go with it. How are they? 他们怎么样? They just took the most used English greeting phrases and then translated them into like a somewhat literal translated version of Chinese. So again, nobody would actually say that in Chinese, but the translation itself is not wrong. I am not bad. What about you? This is more about their English level than their Chinese level. 我们的儿子在美国. So this 话,
美国
it means speech, a noun, or speak, a verb, and this is Taiwan. 大 means big. 是 is like am is are, or being or be, something like that.
你认识到医院的路吗?
This is 老, which means old, or sometimes we will use it as like often. And then this is on the right, and this is happy, this is side. Why is it so slow? 你几点放学?
你几点放学?
What time do you finish school? That is 89.76 yuan. Okay, 8 in a row. 请坐. This means order something. This means no.
坐
But it's only half of it. This is English. This is 语 again. Oh. It also could mean a language. 这个是什么字？
字
Okay, what? What means 什么? This is means 是 and this means 这个. So we have like different order of words. Like the arrangement is a little different. This means mom. This means sister. This is Wang. One of the most common surnames in China, and this is 我, which means I, me, or whatever. No, not whatever, just I or me. Write this in Chinese. What juice do you want? This means want. This means juice. This is you, what, but again, the arrangement of these characters are a little different from like the order in English.
果汁
上个星期三 means last Wednesday. I went for a run with my girlfriend. Is it going to get hotter? 你去过她的家吗？ She 她有蓝色。
蓝色
What if I don't use this the? It's a sign of adjective, but if you don't use it, it's also correct. But if I feel like if I don't choose the, literally Duolingo would give me shit for this, so I'm just gonna fill that in. Okay. And also I and ice, you write them the same way in Chinese, you don't add anything, so it depends on the context to tell if something is singular or plural. 外面下着雪，别出去玩。
出去玩
literally sounds like a robot. 我今天不想洗衣服。我们要送什么礼物给她？ This means what gift are we going to give to her, but I think you can choose should we give to her, right? Or should we buy her? I'm gonna choose give because it's a more literal translation, but I don't know if it's correct. 你想吃火锅还是炒饭？
炒饭
因为堵车我不能上班。
because of the traffic jam, I cannot go to work. 那家咖啡馆的茶最好。
最好
This is how means number, but sometimes people confuse this how with how. That's probably why they put it there. And then it's just some character. Normally one character would mean a lot of things unless you put it in context, because one character literally could mean like 1,000 different things if you combine it with a different character. 我的同学很高。 So this is also something that one of my tutors for interpreting actually talked to us about. You know, when you're translating, you can say is tall in English, but in Chinese, if you're just say 我的同学高, that would be a more accurate translation. But if you don't use the adverb very, then it's going to sound weird in Chinese, because I think probably we'll have a way of exaggerating. But yeah, if you don't use 很, it will sound weird. But this is not a literal translation, so sometimes when they shouldn't do literal translation, they do that. You know, this is not going to help you learn. You're gonna think that 很 means is or anything, but it means very. So you're not going to get it right. So they should just say my classmate is very tall. Then you will be able to understand, like, okay, that's how Chinese speak. So my conclusion might be that you shouldn't learn Chinese through English. Is she giving me a middle finger? He can speak many languages. Why? You
看起来
look like or look very angry.
生气，
Don't be nervous, I will help you. I think we've tested out of this. Oh my god, the camera stopped. I've reached my daily goal. What is my daily goal? So I assume it's all the skills. I unlocked 73% of the Chinese scores. How is that possible? I haven't done anything wrong. I think all of my answers were correct. Here is the checkpoint, okay? Can I just test at the last checkpoint? There are only 4 checkpoints, okay. So with French, I think they have 10 checkpoints. It's probably because they do not have enough people to help with this course. And let's go with checkpoint 4. Test out of 26 skills. We won't make it easy for you though. They're really mean.
伤，
You're off to a great start. It's only one questioning.
瓶儿，瓶，河，
河 river.
冲，
You're on the road.
凉，
凉暖和暖 oh 更
更，煮，
煮灯
灯，
这个
这
图
图书
书馆
馆
有
有
几
几层？
借
借，
过马路要
小心
小心 like you should use 要 which means be or please be or like if you're using French sois 小心过马路 what if you say 小心 and then something follows, it means be aware of that thing, not pay attention or be careful when you're doing that thing. 小心那只老虎 it means be aware of that tiger. 小心车 it means there are cars coming, be aware of them. But if you say, you know, be careful when you're doing something, you should use, you know, the structure of do something, be careful in Chinese. It's a little weird. But then again, if you say something like this, native speakers might be able to understand. And I don't nitpick over, you know, people who are speaking Chinese to me. I have a lot of friends whose first languages are not Chinese. But when they speak Chinese, if there are some minor grammatical mistakes, like I normally wouldn't point it out unless they're asking me to correct them. Because, you know, as long as native speakers are able to understand you, I think you're fine. But if you're just teaching people and some things are incorrect and people cannot actually learn from it, or they will learn it like the incorrect way, I think I have a little problem with that.
别给他太大压力，
Don't give him too much pressure. Don't give him too much pressure. 厕所坏了 so we don't use does not work. We just say it's broken.
我吃了太多春卷了。
I've eaten too many spring rolls. This is a good sentence that you probably want to learn. 我吃了太多春卷了. I've eaten too many spring rolls. Do you know?
认识大妈。
So, the way that we phrase a question is basically say things like as you normally would say and then add ma at the end. So, I know my neighbor. Or you know your neighbor. That's just a phrase, like a statement. And then you add ma to the end. It means, do you? So that's a really easy way, you know, if you learn some basic sentences and you can easily turn them into a question.
我的猫昨天死
Oh
了。
my god. Why would they have sentences like this? This means my cat died yesterday. What sick bastards. Why would you write a sentence like that? I just like, can you driver
司机
a day
一天的
cost.
费用多少？这个地方真漂亮啊！
This place is so beautiful. Which country would you choose to live in? Canada or Australia? Okay, let me translate this sentence. Would you 你会
会
选择 choose to
选择
go
去
to which country?
哪国家住？
你会选择去哪个国家住? I think this is correct. Okay.
他刚才去了哪儿？
Where? Oh, how do you say 刚才 in English? Just now? A moment ago? Where did she... Oh, Didi. How would you phrase this? I think this is a literal translation. If they say this is wrong, where did she just go? But you don't... Okay, my fault. Prosperous, give me a red envelope. That's what kids would say when they're asking for a red envelope. 恭喜发财。
恭喜发红包拿来。
No, but you have to make it rhyme. 恭喜发财，红包拿来。
多尔是一只很聪明的猫头鹰。
Duo is a really super smart owl. Okay. There is a kitten in the trash can. Like, why do they hate cats? I think when I was learning Italian, when I was like browsing through the Italian courses on Duolingo, they actually have a sentence like my cat ate oil, my cat drank oil, something like that. Do they just hate cats?
垃圾桶里有一只小猫。
Wait a minute,
你要相信你自己。
my mom is calling. Wait a minute. 喂，还没有，你打算吃啥子？啊，我也不晓得吃啥子，我还没吃，但是。啊，你想吃啥子？嗯，好，得行。嗯，好，拜拜。你要相信你自己 ，believe in yourself. You need to trust yourself. Do they want me to use trust or believing? Like it's kind of okay. 这是
我
的错，请原谅我。
柜台在哪里？
转。How do you say transfer? Oh. How do you say counter? Oh. Okay. Never mind. I'm having a brain fart moment. Where is the transfer? Counter? It's taking ages. Why is this so slow? Congratulations, you tested out of 26 skills. Oh. You learned the skill travel to and 25 others. So now I have this little, oh, checkpoint complete. Practice what you learned in checkpoint 4 and that is the end. Like literally, let me show you guys in French. There are like 10 checkpoints. There are way more lessons and way more comprehensive and makes more sense, a little more sense than Chinese. Do I have any thoughts? I think I've said enough. And if you're actually learning Chinese, I think this might not be a good way to start. Yeah, I don't know how to end this video, so I guess this is it.
With you. It teaches her through real-world content like music videos, movie trailers, and the latest news, so she learns how the language is actually spoken.